Welcome back. Hitesh Oberoi also joining us now on earnings at Info Edge. Hitesh, a decline in revenues but better expansion on the margins, relatively speaking. Share with us some of the factors at play this quarter.
Q3 was along expected lines for us. Billing growth came back very strongly. We were down -1% as a company in the end, which is a substantial improvement over both Q1 and Q2. The recruitment business was down 4% in terms of billing. 99acres was down about 3.5%. Jeevan Sathi grew by about 17% and Shiksha grew by 27%. So, things are slowly getting back to normal. In fact, in the month of December, we saw positive growth in the Naukri business as well in terms of billing. So let's see. Hopefully COVID is now behind us and the next quarter, or this quarter should be good.
Right. Also, Hitesh, wanted to understand how much have the billings improved in the third quarter versus what you saw in Q2, and when is it that you actually see the billings to flow as revenues in the coming quarter, and what really could you give us as an outlook on billings going forward?
The billings are a lead indicator in our business because, as you know, we collect our money in advance. And revenue actually sort of follows with a lag. And the decline in revenue we saw in Q3 was on account of poor billings in Q1 and Q2. So Q3 billings are almost back on track. In fact, sequentially, I think billings grew by about 20% quarter on quarter. Now, Q4 is normally our largest quarter. It's our biggest quarter. And Q4 last year was muted because of a poor March. Because of the lockdown which hit us in the last 7-10 days of March. So we are hoping that Q4 this year will be a lot better than Q3. Also, COVID seems to be behind us. So fingers crossed, but in both Naukri and 99acres, we expect Q4 to be a lot better than Q3. And if all goes well, we should hit last year's numbers and even exceed them. But of course, a lot will depend on how this COVID situation plays out in the next few months.
Okay. I'm just looking at the numbers and your revenues in real estate have actually declined. While there has been a recovery in many pockets, states like Maharashtra, for instance, and many other tier 2 and 3 cities as well. What do you think is reflecting in the revenues right now? And is there visibility of things picking up eventually?
Yes, like I said, December was a good month for us. Of course, Q3 as a whole, billings were flattish or down a couple of percent over last year. But in December, we grew in Naukri. In 99acres also, we had a good December. Real estate is, the real estate business we have in 99acres has many parts to it. There is a resale piece that piece is doing quite well for us. Traffic is going through the roof. Inquiries are up 40% year on year. But it's a tiny part of our business. The new home business has been a little slow because new launches were impacted because of COVID. And, what you're seeing in terms of, pickup in Maharashtra, etc., is mostly on account of resale transaction and some old sort of new homes which are already under construction. But the new launch business was impacted because of COVID. The rental business has also been slow to some extent because of COVID, and so has the commercial business. But our sense is that almost all these sort of segments will bounce back nicely in Q4. There are already, we're already seeing that in terms of traffic, in terms of inquiries, in terms of, dealers coming back. Some builders have also announced launches. So fingers crossed, but, let's see how it plays out. Hopefully Q4 this year in 99acres will be better than Q4 of last year.
Okay. Hitesh, hi there. Good morning. Now, while the recent deals in Zomato have suggested valuations over $3 billion, can we expect the Zomato IPO this year? Are we seeing better trends post the vaccination as well? How are things shaping up?
No, definitely business has been looking up at Zomato quarter on quarter. Volumes are up. So is average order size. Burn is down. Of course, the company wants to IPO at an appropriate time. They've been talking about it. But at what point in time will they IPO, at what valuation, is frankly for the Zomato board to decide. It's an independent company. The board will take a call. It would be unfair of me to comment on that.
Fair enough, won't really probe. What about Policybazaar? Can you just tell us a little bit more about how you're looking at business trends there? Any word on that IPO?
Policybazaar, again, has had a strong, they've seen a strong recovery, especially on the insurance side. The insurance side of the business continues to do very well. The Policybazaar business was very adversely impacted because of COVID and because of the lockdown. But that also is slowly coming back. So on the whole, the company is doing very well, especially the insurance business. They also want to IPO at an appropriate time, but again, it's for their board to decide what time, what valuation, when they want to hit the market. But yes, both Zomato and IPO would like to IPO at an appropriate time.